Yeah, no, I think it's neat that you are a virtual staffing agency and your team is virtual too. You don't have the full brick and mortar offices and cubicles and everything.
No brick and mortar.
Nice.
I am the only member of the team here in the United States. So we are what they call a fully distributed and fully remote company. So I have workers from Pakistan, India, Argentina, Philippines,
Wow.
all over.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Very cool.
it's really fun.
So I had a panel discussion the other day with a few previous podcast guests. We got together and we're talking about company culture and how difficult building a company culture can be. You're in a virtual environment. How do you maintain? Well, first, what is your company culture like? And then how do you maintain that in a virtual environment?
Yeah, so the company culture really stems, from leadership, I believe. And I've always had an open door policy. I'm very welcoming and inclusive in all of the decision making for the company. We have one of the things that we noticed a few years ago is that some team members felt like, they were just alone, working at home. And so we've now created interest groups where there's a book club, there's a gaming club, and there's a fitness club, and so we allow for these activities to go on during work hours, and we do a lot of video calls. So it's company culture it's hard in any company, but it's really hard in a remote, fully distributed company like ours, and it takes a lot of work.
And attention to it, exactly, because when you're working in an office environment, you encounter people in the hallways, in the lunchroom, right, the coffee room, wherever. You can strike up those conversations, chit chat with people. You can see somebody who's a little down, and you can go over to them and say, "Hey, how's everything going? What's going on? Talk to me." In a virtual environment, you don't always know when things are happening.
No, you don't, unless they feel like confiding in you, and that's what our company culture is like. It's confide, don't ever be scared. I accommodate, for instance, like I had my operations manager came to me the other day. She lost her babysitter. And she has a young child, and I said, well, I'll accommodate whatever you need. Let's just shift your schedule around so that you can be working while she's napping, and let's break it up. So we're highly accommodating.
You could probably teach some companies some lessons on how to do this.
Yeah, I have a lot of best practices.